Welcome to the exploration of the Skanda Purana, one of the most revered ancient texts in Hinduism. This journey will take us through its rich narratives, spiritual teachings, and much more. The Skanda Purana is one of the 18 Mahapuranas, the principal ancient texts that play a crucial role in the spiritual and religious traditions of Hinduism. This Purana is predominantly dedicated to Lord Skanda, also known as Kartikeya, the warrior god and son of Shiva and Parvati. The Skanda Purana is revered for its extensive mythological narratives, spiritual teachings, cosmological descriptions, and detailed instructions regarding religious practices and temple worship. The Skanda Purana stands out as a multifaceted text that brings together mythology, sacred geography, rituals, and theistic philosophy. It is one of the longest Puranas, with some versions comprising over 81,000 verses spread across multiple books, each focusing on different aspects of Hindu cosmology and religious practice. Despite its vastness, the Purana is divided into smaller sections called Kandas, with each section focusing on specific themes. Now, let's delve into the structure and content of the Skanda Purana. This ancient scripture is meticulously organized into various sections, each offering unique insights into Hindu beliefs and practices. From detailed rituals to profound philosophical discourses, the Skanda Purana serves as a comprehensive guide for devotees and scholars alike. The Skanda Purana is divided into several books, which are categorized as Kandas. Each Kanda discusses a particular aspect of the universe, deities, or practices. The most commonly known and widely studied Kandas are Srishti Kanda, or the Book of Creation, describes the creation of the universe, the birth of the gods, and the origins of various creatures. It delves into the myth of the universe's creation and the cosmic order set in motion by the gods. Siva Kanda, or the Book of Shiva, focuses on the god Shiva, his various forms and attributes, his consort Parvati, and their divine children. It explores Shiva's role in the cosmic balance, his destructive and regenerative powers, and his complex relationship with other gods. Skanda Kanda, the Book of Skanda, forms the heart of the Skanda Purana. This book is dedicated to Lord Skanda, also known as Kartikeya. It chronicles his birth, his early life, and his triumphs, particularly his battle against Tarakasura, a demon who threatens the cosmos. This Kanda portrays Skanda's valor and divine strength, making him a central figure in the Purana. Kanda, the Book of Varanasi, focuses on the significance of the sacred city of Varanasi, also known as Kasi, and the spiritual benefits associated with pilgrimages there. It emphasizes the importance of this city as a center of worship and its association with Lord Shiva. Dhanvantri Kanda, the Book of Dhanvantri, deals with the god Dhanvantri, the deity of medicine and health, and his connection with Skanda and the divine realm. It highlights the significance of health and healing in the context of spirituality. Tirtha Kanda, or the Book of Pilgrimages, lists and describes sacred places of pilgrimage, known as Tirthas, across India. It highlights the spiritual benefits of visiting these sacred sites and their importance in the broader Hindu religious context. Parvati Kanda, or the Book of Parvati, outlines the various stories associated with Parvati, the Divine Mother. It delves into her relationship with Lord Shiva and her role as the mother of Skanda. This section elaborates on her qualities as a goddess of fertility, compassion, and power. The Birth of Skanda section narrates the divine birth of Skanda, the warrior god born to defeat the demon Tarakasura. It describes the cosmic events and divine interventions that led to his birth, highlighting his destined role as a protector and leader of the divine army. One of the most important and celebrated narratives in the Skanda Purana is the story of Lord Skanda's birth. According to the text, the birth of Skanda was a divine event orchestrated by the gods to defeat the demon Tarakasura, who had gained a boon from Brahma, granting him invincibility. Tarakasura's reign of terror in the universe could only be brought to an end by the son of Lord Shiva. The myth of Skanda's birth is rich in symbolism. The goddess Parvati, desiring a child, performed deep penance and invoked the powers of the universe. Shiva, who had become absorbed in meditation, released his divine energy, which entered the river Ganga. The river carried the divine seed, and Skanda was born from the waters. Skanda's birth is often described as miraculous because he was born as a fully formed warrior, equipped with powerful weapons and the divine task of destroying Tarakasura. In one version of the myth, Skanda is said to have been raised by 6 divine mothers known as the Kritikas, giving rise to his name Kartikeya. This birth story marks Skanda's entrance into the world as a divine warrior, ready to protect the gods and restore balance in the universe. The battle between Skanda and the powerful demon Tarakasura is a pivotal moment in the Skanda Purana. Tarakasura's reign of terror could only be ended by Shiva's offspring, making Skanda's role crucial in restoring cosmic order. The central episode of the Skanda Purana is the battle between Skanda and Tarakasura. Tarakasura, a demon with immense power, had been wreaking havoc in the cosmos after receiving the boon that he could only be killed by Shiva's son. Skanda, born for this very purpose, faced off against the demon in a fierce battle. Skanda, mounted on his peacock, armed with divine weapons like the spear or vel, and supported by the forces of the gods, fought Tarakasura in a dramatic display of martial prowess and divine strength. The victory of Skanda over Tarakasura is symbolic of the triumph of good over evil, and it also marks Skanda's establishment as a leader of the divine army and a central figure in the Hindu pantheon. This episode reinforces Skanda's association with martial prowess, valor, and protection. His victory over Tarakasura is celebrated as a triumph of Dharma or righteousness over adharma or unrighteousness. In the Skanda Purana, Lord Shiva plays a vital role, not only as the father of Skanda, but also as a central figure in the text's religious and philosophical framework. Shiva's relationship with Skanda is depicted as one of deep affection, despite occasional misunderstandings. Shiva's complex personality, both destructive and regenerative, mirrors the challenges and struggles of life itself. The relationship between Shiva and Skanda also highlights themes of mentorship and spiritual growth. Shiva's Tandava, or cosmic dance, and his role as the destroyer of evil are juxtaposed with his nurturing role as Skanda's father. The text explores Shiva's divine energy and its manifestation in his family dynamics. Shiva's teachings to Skanda, especially about the importance of courage, wisdom, and spiritual discipline, form an essential part of the narrative. The Skanda Purana delves into the significance of worship and pilgrimage in the devotion to Lord Skanda. It highlights the sacred journeys undertaken by devotees and the rituals performed at various holy sites. These pilgrimages are not just physical journeys, but also spiritual quests for inner growth and enlightenment. The Skanda Purana also provides a comprehensive account of the rituals and practices associated with the worship of Lord Skanda. The text emphasizes the importance of temple worship and the various forms of puja or ritual offerings to honor the god. Temples dedicated to Skanda, especially in Tamil Nadu and other parts of South India, are described in great detail. Skanda's worship is not only centered around his mythological exploits, but also his role as a protector and a divine figure of peace and prosperity. The well, Skanda's divine weapon, is often worshipped in temples, and devotees seek his blessings for victory, protection, and spiritual advancement. The Skanda Purana contains detailed descriptions of sacred places associated with Skanda's worship. These pilgrimage sites, known as Tirthas, are often visited by devotees seeking to purify themselves and receive divine blessings. One of the most important pilgrimage destinations is the Palani Hills Temple in Tamil Nadu, which is dedicated to Lord Murugan or Skanda. The text describes the significance of visiting these temples and the spiritual benefits derived from such pilgrimages. Throughout the text, there are references to Dharma, Karma, and Moksha, or liberation. The teachings of Skanda, particularly in his dialogues with his parents, Shiva and Parvati, and other gods, reveal the deep philosophical messages embedded within the Skanda Purana. The Purana emphasizes that one's actions, or karma, must align with divine principles known as Dharma, and through the performance of righteous actions, one can seek liberation or moksha. The Skanda Purana is one of the richest texts in the Hindu tradition, combining elements of mythology, philosophy, religious practices, and cosmology. Its narrative structure, which centers around Lord Skanda, also known as Kartikeya, explores not only the warrior god's birth and exploits but also provides valuable teachings about life, spirituality, and the victory of good over evil. Skanda's role as a divine protector warrior and spiritual leader has made him an important deity in Hinduism, especially in South India. His worship, associated with victory, courage, and devotion, is celebrated through rituals, festivals, and pilgrimages. The Skanda Purana serves not only as a source of religious knowledge, but also as a cultural document that connects devotees with the divine and emphasizes the importance of righteous living. Through its detailed stories, profound philosophical insights, and emphasis on worship, the text remains a vital part of the Hindu tradition, continuing to influence religious practices, spiritual teachings, and cultural life. The Skanda Purana is one of the richest texts in the Hindu tradition, combining elements of mythology, philosophy, religious practices, and cosmology. Its narrative structure, which centers around Lord Skanda, also known as Kartikeya, explores not only the warrior god's birth and exploits but also provides valuable teachings about life, spirituality, and the victory of good over evil.